May 17th. Years roll back. We keep starting over again. Or did we ever get started?
All right, now listen up. Now it's been 50 years since Brown versus Board of Education, and ain't a damn thing changed. Now what is this separate but equal nonsense? Separate but equal ain't nothing but a crock of shit, okay? Tell me this, why does my kid have to go sit in a raggedy classroom with raggedy textbooks, getting a raggedy lecture, while the other kids on the other side of town are getting the exact opposite? Now y'all tell me this, why is it they sitting in luxury chairs, getting luxury textbooks with the finest educators, getting the finest education, but yet we can't get the same? I guess the question is, what has Brown versus Board of Education done for African Americans? Well, evidently nothing, because 50 years later, and there's still the low percentage of us going to colleges and universities. Ain't nothing changed. Matter of fact, when my son does sit in the integrated classroom, it's him that is the center of racist jokes and humiliation and all the adversity and everything that put across them. If you ask me, we was better off segregated.
Segregated? No, we know. When I heard about it, I was like this here. These white people think they slick as hell. Now, they passed the law in 1954, but in Greenwood, Mississippi, those white folks refused. They were far too stubborn to let some law change how they felt. So you can go there now and find records in the mayor's office where they had separate budgets for white schools and separate budgets for colored schools. Even after the decision was made, they refused to change the law way up to the 1960s. Now, some folks still don't believe that they thought they were superior to us. Over time, folks got complaining and got fed up. They got their lawyers and sued for that unfair educational system. That's when that good Marshall stepped in with his lawyers. They investigated and found that the system was unconstitutional. Shoot, that Brown versus Board of Education was nothing but blind extensions of the Jim Crow law. Black kids got all the skanky books and poorly educated teachers, while white kids got all the fresh books and the better educated teachers. But now the 1970s came around and they were gradually integrating more and more. They opened up a whole new can of worms. They called it demographics. But shoot, that ain't nothing but a fancy word for blacks moving in and whites moving out. Demographics changed drastically because some white folks were insistent on keeping things the way they were. They moved out and started developing their own communities and building their own schools. And we followed. Now that's what the problem is. We got to stop following and start leading. But it didn't stop there. You can look at the mess with all the taxes they have even up to date. How many of us pay taxes? All of us pay taxes. But how much of those taxes are spread evenly throughout the educational system? They don't want to provide adequate schools. So why would they want to provide adequate educations for our kids? So I don't know. I felt at the time the Brown versus Board of Education was a good thing. But it has its advantages and disadvantages.
Black people are better off segregated.
Segregated?
We could have shared bathrooms and local facilities, but going to school with white people wasn't a help to us. I believe white people had no concern of us getting an education. It wasn't important to them. Not only that, the kids today have no sense of the struggles we had as they enjoy the fruits of today.
I know that's right. Come on, sister, give me some.
Give you some. Kids have no sense.
Is that right, sister?
And I don't know what the problem. I'm telling you, we should have been more like the Chinese.
No.
Well, they have their own stores and malls. And even though they frequent the local malls, they're better off.
Let me tell y'all all how it happened, okay? Let me tell you. Provocation led to separation, separation led to emancipation, and emancipation led to the formation of a new nation. all right? With the formation of a new nation, we now have migration because of the overpopulation. Because of the overpopulation, we now got discrimination because of the separation.
Come on, sister, come on.
Let me tell y'all. See.
Read.
Because of discrimination, now we got matriculation. Now that everybody can get a higher education, we got assimilation. All right? We have assimilated, or should I say confirmation, where we have conformed to the larger majority, and now we have lost our identity, okay? And now we're left with some little bit of frustration, because we're at a dilemma, to the point where we once were this, now we're that, and we don't know which one is better.
In a classroom, faces like mine, black, brown, and white. Melodies of the world, trying to find a balance. My world is full of possibility. All that hate in the world, people fought and died. So I sit where I please, anywhere I please. Freedom.
Unity.
Pride.
Identity.
Justice.
Dignity. Together,